Oh, sun is bright. So we are here on the, did it start yesterday or today? Yesterday, our first day at ColossalCon, Ohio. See, little did that Jordan know, she would forget to film for almost the rest of the weekend, or be too busy carrying a giant scarecrow through the convention for the entirety of day 3. It was a great weekend, guys. As you may have assumed from the intro, this past weekend, Nat One Productions was at ColossalCon in Sandusky, Ohio. We had a fantastic weekend. We all stayed in an Airbnb together in Sandusky, and we went to the con on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And y'all, it was such a good weekend. We did 3 panels. I filmed 2 minutes of one of them. I keep saying I'm gonna get better at these con vlog things, and it never quite happens. Maybe the next one.
Kalahari.
So majestic. The cape flaps in the wind, too. We're currently waiting for Levi to sprint back and forth from the car real quick so that we can go in. And then we'll have footage from the convention. We're gonna go hit the dealer room, and then we have a panel later tonight. And we will tune back in to talk about that. Oh, here he comes.
Run, Forrest. Run. I got him. Right.
I did get some convention footage, trust me. I didn't completely fail this video that I planned to make and that was supposed to be significantly longer and have way more videos of cosplayers. Completely blanked on that. But it does have videos of cosplayers because me and Pertuzit cosplayed all weekend, which was really great. He was an old man for 80% of it. Actually, all of it. All 3 of his costumes were old men. But yeah, a quick breakdown of at least day 1. We're going to go through this day by day. I have a little bit of footage interspersed here and there. Day 1 was Thursday, our first day at the convention. We all drove up that morning into afternoon, got Pertuzit into his costume, and then headed over to the convention. This was our first pass of the dealer room and artist alley, which I've got a little bit of B-roll here. Editing Jordan, insert B-roll here. So we went to Artist Alley and the dealer room first. Needless to say, I bought way more stuff this weekend than I should have, and Levi definitely bought way more stuff this weekend than he should have. And I'm going to show off some of what I bought at the end of the video, because I have it here, and I like promoting artists because I really like the stuff that I got, and I'm really excited about it, and excited to talk about it, and excited to show you where you can find these artists. And then Levi bought a bunch of anime figures, and I think he spent over $400 on Hatsune Miku, which is honestly based, in my opinion. So yeah, that was our trip through the dealer room the first time. We would subsequently go back through, I think, 3 more times over the course of the weekend. But as I said in our SecICon video, I believe, we have a habit of impulse buying when we are at conventions because we have been burned too many times of wanting something desperately and then coming back later in the weekend and it not being there. And unfortunately, this time it was Levi's turn to be the victim of this principle because there was one figure that he was holding out hope on, and we went back to find it on day 3 actually, on day 3, and it was not there when he wanted to buy it. And so this just reinforces the principle that we have to buy when we see the thing first time, or else it's not going to be there. It will disappear from the convention. So yeah, that was our pass through the dealer room and artist alley. And then, well, this I actually did vlog, so I'll let that speak for itself. What are we doing?
These 2 incompetents are playing seal slappers on Hawkeye Star Rail while we wait for our panel at 9.
We have a perfectly good board game right here, and they're not playing it.
This is better.
Don't say that.
Slamming those seals.
You're not allowed to do that anymore. We sat in the board game room and did not play board games. Levi and Taryn played Honkai Star Rail. But after our quick break in the board game room, we had our first panel of the weekend, which was a panel that we've been workshopping and tweaking a little bit. It gets different every time we do it. I think this iteration it used to be Genshin and Chill, and I think this one is into the Hoyoverse. The guys are really big fans of the Hoyo games, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact 3rd, not Tears of Themis, none of them have played that one. But they're really big fans of those games, and so we noticed a couple years ago, or Pertuzit noticed a couple years ago, that there was a distinct lack of Hoyo panels at anime conventions of all places, and so he decided that we were gonna be the Hoyo representation at anime conventions. And so we usually do it's like a chill talkback panel where we, well, more specifically, they and I heckle them. The guys will talk about their opinions and what they like and dislike about the Hoyo games and what they look forward to seeing in the future, what some of their favorite moments from games past were or updates past. And then just kind of an open talk with the audience, seeing what characters they like to play, what events are their favorite, what games are their favorite, what they're looking forward to in the coming updates. Really fun, chill, laid-back panel. Great start to the convention, especially since our panels got progressively later as the convention went on. This one started at 9 p.m. Not too bad. Okay, so we had a 9 p.m. panel, and then we stayed. I'm gonna be honest, I started dozing off after our panel because I was really tired and traveled all day. But we did stay to watch either one or two more panels afterwards. We always go to the Manly Battleships panels because they are super fun at ColossalCon. So it was like history of, what was it? It wasn't AMVs, it was the other thing, fan parodies. Fan parody videos for anime, which was a really cool and interesting panel if you're interested in things like fandom culture and the evolution of fan works, which I am, and it was a very cool panel. So we stayed for that and then went home, and then that brings us to day 2. So let me just tell you, day 2 was intended to be our busiest day. There are a couple of different events at ColossalCon that are tried and true every single year we try to go to because they are our favorites, and they're not necessarily what you would think about going to at an anime convention, but they're a really good time and we enjoy them every single year. So first of all, not really uncommon. We usually go to the in-character cosplay contest. We also like the cosplay contest if we actually have time for it, but sometimes we have other stuff going on. The in-character cosplay contest is honestly a lot more entertaining. If you're like a costume and cosplay lover, the cosplay contest is like the skills and merit based one where they're looking at craftsmanship and everything, but the in-character based costume contest is based on improv. And so we love going to that one and seeing who competes and cheering for it's really fun. There's like crowd interaction. There's a Q&A portion with the characters, and so they have people line up and go and ask contestants questions and they'll answer in character. It's a really good time. That one's always hosted at ColossalCon by Volt and Stripper Vash, who are two mainstays at ColossalCon as hosts for various events. And so that was the first thing that we went to. However, we skirted into that event 10 minutes, 20 minutes after it had begun, because the beginning of our day had some other plans for us before we got to the convention. So that I did vlog, and I'm gonna let that tape play. So it's our day 2 of the convention. We've gone on a little side quest to acquire ice cream before we go to the convention this afternoon. And we hit a little bit of a roadblock. This train is so long.
We've been here for 10 minutes.
We've been here for so long. Taryn's the only one that has ice cream because we went to a different place for Taryn to get ice cream.
Yeah.
So yeah, haven't even made it to the convention for this afternoon. We're waiting on a train.
I don't know what they're hauling.
I don't
Bamboo
know.
flooring, that's what that
Bamboo
would say.
flooring. We're stuck behind a bamboo flooring train. So an update, we have made it past the train and Levi bought a cake. There's lunch.
Not a cake, an ice
It's
cream
an ice cream cake. What flavor ice cream cake is it?
Choco Brownie Extreme Blizzard Cake.
So it's gonna live in our Airbnb for the rest of the weekend.
This is for
That's Pertuzit's, that's Levi's. Convlog Day 2 update. We are still not at the convention. We are at Olive Garden.
So we went to get lunch first.
Pertuzit's in cosplay. I'm also in cosplay. You're right, that's just what he normally looks like. Con Day 2 update, we're still not at the convention, we are at Target. If you've never been to ColossalCon before, this may look a little bizarre. Let me explain. So there's this group that does, I think in the past it's been called cosplay wrestling. They put people in like vaguely reminiscent character outfits and have them wrestle. They're a wrestling team. I don't know if they're professional. I don't know if it's like a Cincinnati Barbarians type beat where you can like take classes. They're really fun and entertaining. We went last year and I don't remember who fought Dora the Explorer, but Dora the Explorer won and it was a bloodbath. So there was also a Star Trek one that we went to last year that was wildly entertaining. So this year it was Steve versus Steve, not pictured. We also sat through Darkwing Duck versus Hatsune Miku, which was also wildly entertaining. We watched this for multiple hours on Friday. It's an event that spans, I want to say they do it for like 6+ hours. They have the entirety of a very large events room booked, as you saw with the wrestling ring in the middle, and they just go through these pairings, and they have about one every hour where they switch out the pairings, and then apparently if it's a really big fan favorite, they'll do a rematch, because the Steves rematched, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I have to because I didn't film it. Minecraft Steve won the first round, but the crowd hated him so much that they rematched, and then Steve from Blue's Clues won the second match, as he should have. He took his rightful title as the wrestling champion of the Steves. So that's always one of our favorites. It's so goofy, but it's so fun to watch, and they do such a good job, and they like engage the crowd, and it's a really good time. So yeah, on top of all of the stuff that we were wanting to do at the convention during the night, Friday proved to be a very interesting and eventful day before we even appeared at the convention. So yeah, once we finally got out from behind a train and left Target, odd sequence of events, we went to the cosplay contest, and then the next thing on our list was the Mega Championship Wrestling Competition. I do have footage of that. I have the match of Steve versus Steve, which was a match for the frickin' ages, let me tell you. There was a rematch that happened later in the night. I do not have footage of that, unfortunately, but I will play you the first couple minutes of the Minecraft Steve versus Blue's Clues Steve wrestling match. and quite possibly the most important event that we went to for the entirety of ColossalCon was Beyblade Beatdown. This is another event hosted by Volts and Stripper Vash. I don't know, I was not there when it started. The guys became obsessed with this the first time our group went to ColossalCon, and unfortunately I was not present. And it just started as like a singular Beyblade arena in the middle of the room with a bunch of people crowded around it cheering. And now it has grown from that to, I'm going to show the footage. They have a whole setup now. It's a whole event. People compete. It's a grand old time, and it is exactly what you think it is. People bring their Beyblades to ColossalCon, and then they sign up, and like a tournament, they make a bracket and work their way down the bracket until 2 remain. And so that is always a really good time. It also takes so long to get through the preliminaries that me and Taryn went and got food, got trapped in a drive-through line, came back, and they had looped the bracket again and we're back on the same person. We didn't miss anything, and we actually came back at the perfect time because we were there for like the last couple of rounds, which is like the whole point anyway. You want to be there for like the final 4, which we were, and it was amazing. So yeah, I'm going to show some clips of that. It's exactly what you think it is. It's like 100-some people in a room cheering at Beyblades, and it's fantastic.
Clear that you plan on shooting your opponent to victory. Do you feel confident in that joint? Hell yeah! All right. Contestants, if we're ready. All right. Audience, help us out. 3, 2, 1. Let her rip! Oh my gosh, an immediate ejection into the shadow zone. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh no. Let us know when. Now, referee, is that a good point? What's the Was it a hit? That is out of the stadium, so 1 point. All right, grand days. Reload. The points are 1-0. Prepare. Contestants, audience, help us out. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Heavy struggle. They're chasing each other down. Oh, and a first big hit. Now they're building up a lot of momentum. Oh, huge hit. He's down and he's out. This is time. Now, I couldn't help but notice that you reached your hand in there while that was still spinning. Do you still have all of your fingers intact? Okay, we have our first bloodshed. So it is 1-1. All right. Are you going to change anything up?
So that brings us to our second panel of ColossalCon on Friday night. This one was at 1 a.m. I said we got progressively later. There was a pretty big jump. So the 1 a.m. panel for Friday was VTubers Say the Darndest Things. It was the first time that we had done this panel. It was conceived by, I'm assuming, Pertuzit and maybe Levi. I don't remember who came up with it. Was not me. It was a really good time. The guys compiled a bunch of different tweets from different VTubers and put them in a PowerPoint, and we blanked out the names and the icons and any like identifying pictures, because some of them were like pictures of the idol faces that were contained inside the tweets. But we blanked out any identifying content and then had people guess. They had 3 guesses to guess which VTuber said whatever random crap they posted on the internet. It was a really, really great time. We had a really engaged audience, and it was super fun. Everybody had a good time. We had a little bit of good conversation with people after the fact as we were loading out. And yeah, I think that one's going to become a returner. I think we're going to try to do that one again with obviously different tweets and different VTubers, because God knows what they're going to say on the internet until the next time that we do this panel. So yeah, that one was really fun. I actually do have footage of this one, so enjoy about a minute or so of VTubers Say the Darndest Things.
It is Cecilia! There are 2 German HoloLive VTubers, guys. I can't believe she posted this. Yeah. Oh my God! This game is full of goodness, fucking. I think DC Dogoro should die! Just wait. Just you wait. Is it 10 bucks? It's not 10 bucks! It'll be 10 by one of these times. We're gonna ban the 10 by answer. We're gonna. You're not allowed to answer 10 by anymore. Number 2. I see people who are tentatively half raising their hands, but they're not committing. They're not sure. Just go for it. You're in the safe space.
We're still happening. I'll pelt you with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
What do we want to be built with dinosaurs?
That's why I'm going to do it. Okay?
Is it jelly?
It is not.
One more.
You're gonna kick yourselves for this one. You're
No takers?
Oh, over here. It's not Loopy. It's Dizzy Doper.
Sometimes you're your biggest off.
I'm also going to insert pictures here and there because I said earlier that Pertuzza did the entire weekend in cosplay. We got a lot of pictures of him in cosplay. I didn't get any pictures of my first cosplay. I went as Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park. One person recognized me and I was so happy because she knew exactly who I was, but I carried around a stuffed T-Rex backpack and handed out dinosaurs for the entire convention on Friday, and it was such a good time because I love going up to cosplayers and being like, you look really awesome, have a dinosaur. And so yeah, I handed out dinosaurs and we also handed them out at our panel, and also my dinosaurs ended up getting me ribbons at certain points, which was great. And so yeah, I'm gonna insert pictures here of Pertuzza's cosplays, and also the one of mine that I did get pictures of, because on our last day at the convention, our Saturday, I carried around the prop that I have been working on for several months that has been the death of me, but also ended up being one of my favorite things for this entire convention. I'm going to insert pictures here. I'm going to end up making a crafter's workshop about this. It's been in the works for a while just because it's taken me, you have no idea how long it's taken me to make this costume, just because of like personal things that have come up, personal injury that has happened. My literal blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this costume, and I feel like I end up saying that a lot, but that is the reality of being a cosplayer that makes all of their own shit. This also happened with the puppet, where I had gotten really in over my head, and it was a massive prop that took a lot more time than I was expecting, and that was a lot more difficult. But ultimately, both of these projects have been incredibly rewarding. I dressed up as Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle, and I made the dress myself. It was from a pattern that I purchased from Aura Lynn Patterns, who is a fantastic pattern maker. I'm going to talk more about that when I do the crafter's workshop for this, and I'm going to link all of their stuff in the description, because I can tell you I could not have picked a better pattern to try to model this off of, because their patterns are incredibly easy to follow. The instructions are wonderful. They have a video of how to make the dress. Great experience ordering from them. I will be making other garments from their patterns, because I'm not sponsored. I don't know this person. I adore the things that they do. And then I also decided, because I'm a crazy person, that I was going to carry around a life-size Mr. Turnip Head from the movie Howl's Moving Castle. If you have not seen the movie, I'm going to stick a picture of what he's supposed to look like right here. He's a scarecrow. He's a scarecrow that is taller than the protagonist, Sophie. And I decided that I was going to make and carry him at the convention. And fuck it, I did it. I did, and I carried him around the convention, and the most, I don't want to say vindicating because that sounds bad, but the most vindicating thing was how many people loved him. He got so much love and attention from everybody, and it made me so happy, because I was really hard on myself about how he turned out. And again, I will go deeper into detail with this when I make the full breakdown video of how I made him. But it was just a ColossalCon. Conventions are great. ColossalCon is amazing because everybody is so supportive and so nice. Literally anytime somebody sees anyone in costume, whether they know what property it's from or not, everybody is so positive and so kind, and it's such a great community to cosplay in. And that's my cosplay rant over for the video. It was a great weekend, and everybody is so supportive, and everybody looked amazing. Everybody that cosplayed that weekend looked fantastic. So that was a tangent. I'm gonna get back to what I was actually talking about. So it is currently 2 a.m., day 2 for us of ColossalCon, day 3 of the convention. We just finished our second panel of the convention. What did we just do?
VTubers.
VTubers and the darndest things they say.
And I have some clips of that I will put in at some point. We gave up candy and dinosaurs.
I think she also has questions. I don't think she was aware of everything that we put in that.
I said things
Yeah,
I didn't think
I was
would ever
concerned.
say.
I'm gonna vet that one better next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she won't.
Ooh, cut to dark parking lot. So yeah, pretty good day. I'm gonna try to put B-roll over this because you can't see my face at all. We got here a little bit late, but we went to some of our favorite panels this afternoon. We did Mega Championship Wrestling, which was great. We got to watch Steve from Minecraft beat the crap out of Steve from Blue's Clues. Riveting content, I'm telling you, is one of our favorite things to go to. We then went to Beyblade Beatdown, and we also went to the in-character cosplay competition before we did our panel tonight, the VTuber panel. And so I'm gonna input some footage here. Also, I bought more crap than I should have, and Levi bought way more crap than he should have, so we're gonna show that off. I'll show mine off. I don't know if I'll get Levi to show his off. Day 3. Admittedly, I did not film almost any of this. That's because we only had one panel that we did that day. We had one panel spread throughout the weekend, one on each day. We didn't do a whole lot on this day. This day was spent a lot of people watching because we really wanted to have time to kind of like hang out and just look at cosplays as people were walking around. We did do one more hit on Artist Alley and the dealer room, which is where I bought the rest of my art for the weekend, which I'm very happy with, and I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. But we hung around and watched cosplays go by, and then we also watched the Triforce Quartet, which is a string quartet that plays video game music. And you do not expect to go to a string quartet concert at an anime convention, but honestly, one of my favorite events of the weekend because their music is so good. The arrangements are so lovely. And it was just a very nice break from convention crazy to hang out in a dark room and watch very talented musicians play familiar music, and their arrangements are really cool and they're really talented, and I'm gonna link their stuff in the description because they deserve some love, and that concert was really good. After that, we went to the Bad Anime Night panel, which is also another one that's kind of become a really popular one at ColossalCon. It's one of like those panels at ColossalCon that like, you're going to ColossalCon, you're probably gonna go to that panel. Or at least we are. I'm basing this on the metric of the things that we do. But it's a really good time. It's put on by, I think it's Borderline Panels. We also went to, that's the other one that we went to on our first night. We went to their like anime game night. They had a bunch of different games and stuff that were like, some of it was trivia, some of it was like guess the character based on this color palette. It was a really good time. I forgot about that. I knew I was missing one. That one was also really fun, anime trivia night. But Bad Anime Night is exactly what it sounds like. This group has pulled clips from just some of the worst anime that you can imagine. Quality-wise, writing-wise, storyline-wise, it's bad. And what's better than watching a bad movie in a room full of people yelling at the screen? And that's exactly what this was. We got through several clips of just horrible anime, and it was a really good time, and I got a ribbon at the end of it, which is, it has become the important thing, right? So yeah, that was Bad Anime Night. And then after that, we had a lot of time to kill before our panel. We also went to a panel. It was, I'm gonna mess up the name, and I should have looked at the name on the schedule before I made this video. Basically, it was Baby Girlification 101, talking about and breaking down the trope of baby girlification in fiction, which was a very informative panel. Again, if you like breaking down and talking about fan fiction and media tropes, ColossalCon is your place. That is your vibe. It's such a good time. It was a very informative panel, breaking down the criteria that a character has to meet to be a baby girl. And it was a really good time. And at the end, there was like a quiz section of applying what you've learned, and they flashed up pictures of characters on the screen with a little short description, and took a poll from the audience: is this character a baby girl? And the results were surprising. So yeah, and then our last panel of the convention, and also the last panel of the night, one of the last panels of the night, because this panel was at 2 in the morning. We stayed up until 2 in the morning, and we were one of the last panels of ColossalCon on Saturday. And that was our tried and true D&D and anime, where we have taken D&D tropes and characters. It's 7, I think, because we have to roll for it, and there's always one off. I think it's 7 anime protagonists, or is it 8? I don't know. I think it's 8. There are 8 anime protagonists that we have on laminated cards that Pertuzit made. And then there's also various anime settings and various anime BBGs. And then we have the giant D20 that everybody knows and loves. And we pick 3 people from the crowd to be our party. They pick a protagonist, and then they play literally a game of D&D in front of the audience. We have the giant D20. We take them to the back of the room. I have a microphone, and we have them figure out how to play D&D or how to survive these encounters with the powers from their anime protagonist fantasy, character sheet. Why did I forget that word? Jesus Christ. It's a really good time, and we have fun every time we do it. It is a mainstay of our convention appearances. We submit it to every single convention that we go to, and most of the time it gets accepted, and it's always a really good time and a really fun vibe. And I actually filmed the first 6 seconds of us getting set up for that, so here's that. So our first con vlog update of day 3, we've been here for several hours. We're setting up for our last panel of ColossalCon. There's Turnip Head in the background. In this room. We're doing D&D and anime right now. And thus our ColossalCon adventure comes to an end. We had an excellent time, and now I get to show you art. So I'm getting really close to you because first of all I have to show you the one of the many pins that I got. If you remember me talking about geeky endeavors from the SecaiCon video, spoiler alert, I bought more pins from them because I'm obsessed, and they have a collection of different artists. I think I bought from the same artist again because I got another moth and another bell jar, and I got this deer skull with flowers, and it's absolutely lovely. And I have to shout out the people at that booth are absolutely lovely. I love buying from them. Support local artists. So yeah, that's the first of 5 pins that I bought. I like wearing spooky shit to work because I'm a spooky person. My family is basically almost the Addams Family. We decorate our home in Halloween decor. And so I work a normal person corporate job, but I still like to be a little spooky. And so I wear these collared shirts to work all the time, and I've now amassed quite a collection of just spooky shit to put on my lapels, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So I'm going to show you the other pins that I got as well. Oh, I forgot my bees. I have to go get my bees, but I'm going to show you these first. So I got another moth. This is, I think it's a green blue bottle. I want to say it's a glassy blue bottle. I'm going to have to look at what this actual moth is called. But look at her. She's so pretty. And I love it. I bought a moth from this artist before, and I'm obsessed. So that's another moth. I wear moths a lot because I have this one, I have the other one that I wore, and then I also have my 2 Death's Head hawk moths from Cloud KBD that I wear very frequently. I told you I love creepy shit. We love bugs and stuff. And then I also got another bell jar, which is the same artist that I bought from my other, I'm going to do the beauty influencer thing. This is my other skull in a bell jar. I think it's very cool. I have a cat skull in a bell jar was the last one that I bought. And I saw this at the other convention and fell in love with it, but I didn't buy it. And I was very happy to see that they still had it. And so I'm going to have to go find my bees real quick. I'll be right back. All right, they have been retrieved. They're really tiny and it's hard to get a hold of them. Look at my bees. I love them. I have bee earrings also from Cloud KBD. And so now I have little bee lapel pins. And they're so cute. I love them so much. They also had a style of these. This is the same artist as the bell jar. That was a little skull on what looks like is either a postage stamp or a little tiny frame. And if they're at Gen Con, I'm gonna come home with more pins. So yeah, these came from once again, the Geeky Endeavors booth. I've shown their website on here during our ColossalCon video, because I really like them. Once again, I'm not sponsored and I do not know these people. I'm just obsessed with good art. So yeah, Geeky Endeavors, that's where a lot of my pins come from now, and I love them. So next things next. The next stuff that I have is I found an artist in Artist Alley. It's Scribble Creatures, that had a convention special that was a set of over the garden wall tarot. And I fell in love instantly, and so I bought it. Look at these prints! It's so cute, and they're so well done, and I'm gonna try not to drop these all over the floor. And I know the text is backwards, but it's okay, because you gotta look at how freaking cool this is. I mean, the art style is so perfect, because it's just almost the cartoon art style, but it's just different enough that it's so original and so cool. And I love it so much. I have a whole set of these now, and I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to display them, because this one's my favorite. The devil with the beast and the boy. It's so cool! And the woodsman. And Greg. So yeah, this is from, I have their card here. All of my text is gonna be backwards, but it's fine. Scribble Creatures. That's their card from their booth. Yeah, I love it. I'm very excited to display these. They also had several other prints that were very cool. I had a convention budget, and I stayed under budget. And I'm actually very upset that I stayed under budget, because there was one more artist that I came across. I mean, not one more artist. I could have spent all day in Artist Alley and spent way more money than I should have in Artist Alley. But there was another artist that I came across that it was after I bought this stuff, like almost immediately after. I was like, oh, I don't regret buying that, but I want to buy a bunch of your stuff too. It was this artist, goes under the name Maliveth. This is the back of the business card, if that tells you anything. Their art is gorgeous. It was a lot of, what they had displayed was a lot of fandom stuff. They had this amazing picture of the Mighty Nine from Critical Role Season 2, or Campaign 2, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take a picture of this, because showing you this with no context backwards is not helping anyone. I'll put footage of this card right side so you can like see their socials and their website and everything. But their art was stunning, and it's gonna be at Gen Con, and I want to buy it so bad. So I shouldn't even say I may. I'm coming home from Gen Con with way more art, and this is on my list of things to look for, because I wanted to buy it so bad, and then by the time I was like, oh, I should go back and get it, Artist Alley was closed, and so that's my bad. But it's in my brain, and I will find it again, or I will buy from the print shop that's on this card. So yeah, that's all I purchased from, I almost called it Gen Con. That's the next one. No, ColossalCon. That's what I purchased from ColossalCon. And then this isn't a purchase bit. Look at all my ribbons. I know I showed them already, but I gotta keep flapping them around, all of my ribbons. It's a small amount, okay, compared to other people, but it was my first time collecting ribbons, and I have a bunch. Yeah. Those are adventures at ColossalCon. I hope you enjoyed my somewhat disjointed retelling of this weekend. I keep saying that I'm gonna film more for these con vlogs, and then honestly, I just get too much caught up in having fun or also carrying around giant props and then do not film. And I say I'm going to be better for the next one, but we all know that's probably a lie. So yeah, if you like this video, go check out our ColossalCon vlog. We also were there this year and did a couple of panels and talked about generally how it went, what we did. There's also a podcast episode about it. And if you like seeing this kind of stuff, we try to go to cons. We're increasing the list of cons that we're going to throughout the year. The one that we go to every single year is ColossalCon. We have to apply to be panelists. We always apply a bunch of panels and submit a bunch of things and then hope to God that we get chosen. And even if we don't get chosen, we still go because it's a damn good time. And we were lucky enough to be panelists this year, and we're super thankful to the ColossalCon team and the ColossalCon staff for running an excellent convention as always. And so yeah, we will be here next year, of course, and then we also have started going to ColossalCon, which was a new con this year, and then we have applied for MatsuriCon in Columbus, but we haven't heard anything back yet, and we probably won't because that one's not until August. So we've got some time to see if we will be panelists. We will be there regardless, but we don't know if we'll actually be performing or not. So yeah, that was ColossalCon. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like more of this stuff, and then also keep an eye out for my talk about how I made the Sophie dress and Mr. Turnip Head. And yeah, see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Con day 3 update, because I haven't really vlogged at all today. It is currently 3:13 a.m. We are on our way back to the Airbnb from ColossalCon, and you will never guess what has happened again. Me and Taryn are stuck once again behind a train. It's 3 in the morning. I want to go to bed. We have to drive home tomorrow. This keeps happening. This has happened 3 times. 3 times. Ah!